Welcome back to my semifinals game of DP Houston. I'm playing Dreamsight Minister 8-Sack against Hammer Tribal, who's on Grixis Pressure. And I'm actually quite worried because I think Hammer Tribal actually did beat me in League with a similar deck. Because their deck just has the right amount of counter spells and pressure, but not the mechanic, like just actual pressure, the term, to do pretty well against me. Oh, okay. Apparently I was on the play anyways, but rolling a 20 also helps. Let's see what I open up with. Okay, that's a pretty good hand. I can try to slam Minister on turn 3, and then Conjure, and then Truth Seeker. Can I afford to keep such a slow hand? I mean, I'm gonna play, right? So, worst case scenario, I just Cursing Glance to 1 drop, or no, Cursing Glance to 2 drop, and then slam Minister, it gets dealt with, and then Conjure Realities, it gets dealt with, and then Fire Truth Seeker, it gets dealt with. Well, anyways, I'm keeping this, because I don't want to take any more risks than I need to. Although keeping this hand is also kind of a risk, so yeah. Anyways, play Island Pass. Let's see what my opponent has. Magmatic Torrent, is he going to be untapped? At least I get to play around to turn 1 Cosmic Sinkhole by keeping this hand. Or, no I'm not, they're going to play a threat and I have no way to deal with it. Okay, that's not good. Monkey, okay, no, that's fine. It's not a threat, it's just more mill. I can deal with that. So they bombed and Rattling. Okay, that's kind of worrying, but okay, back in the pack. So if I ever get back in pack into the yard, I can fire True Seeker into it. Also means that I can conjure the ice for a Pensive Songwriter to back in pack if that ever comes up. Anyways, I just play a land and pass. Hopefully they play a 2-mana spell on 2 and I get to counter it, and then I get to slam Minister next. Even if it gets dealt with right away, at least that eats up a removal spell, I think. And like, they have to deal with this thing right away, or else I get to untap and then use this thing. Devolee of Winds, but I want to counter that. Yes, because if it eats up a Cosmic Sinkhole, it's 1 less Cosmic Sinkhole going to something that matters. It is pass. Okay, good. No Matt Township. Alright, so I got pretty good mana now. Do I just run Minister into the Cosmic Sinkhole? Because if I don't do that, then I just pass and do nothing. That's really bad for me. But at the same time, I think I run Minister into the Cosmic Sinkhole, because next turn I get to play Conjure, and that thing isn't hit by Cursey Glance, but it is hit by Portal Factor. So, what could they have? They didn't play another 1-drop, so they definitely have Cosmic Sinkhole. The only question is whether I want to play into it or not. If I let them get to 3 lands, then they get Unraveling, so they can counter and then freeze me for a turn. And that'd be really bad. But if they had Unraveling anyways, then they could just play it anyways. So now the question is, can I ever play around Cosmic Sinkhole? And the answer is no. Right? I can't ever afford to play around Cosmic Sinkhole, because if I do, then something gets sinkholed. Yeah, I'm just gonna run Minister into the Sinkhole. Yeah, show me Cosmic Sinkhole? Sure. Now I need someone to get back in the pack into the yard. Oh, Are they keeping a Portal Factor now? They probably are, because, I mean, no way they have nothing else, right? Because they're playing a deck that has a lot of things to do. So now the question is, do I just want to run Conjure Realities into... Actually, I can fire True Seeker back a Cursor Glance. That's pretty good. I think that's what I'll do, then. Because, like, if they try to tap out for something, I fire True Seeker to Cursor Glance, and then next turn I beckon the fire True Seeker, and then I start going off. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. That's a problem, I just realized, because they can just keep pulling up the Portal Factor. At least I assume it's a Portal Factor. So what's my plan here? I can play Fire True Seeker, flashing back nothing, and then I can beckon next turn. It gets Portal Factor, I can pay for it. Right, that actually works really well. Okay, then going for it then. Okay. Well, actually, no, one thing I have to worry about is whether they have a removal spell, because they might just be holding Rogar's Frenzy. What happens if they Rogar's Frenzy me? I'm fine with that, because then I just get to resolve Conjure Realities. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's like no bad outcomes from this. So yeah, Fire True Seeker. What do you do? The resolve, okay. So untap, upkeep, and draw. Oh, Pensive Songwriter off the rip. That's really nice. I think Pensive Songwriter plays on both possibilities, right? Because if I play Mysterious Character untapped, play Pensive Songwriter, reveal the beckon. If they try to counter it, I just pay for it. If they try to kill something, then I just beckon the other guy. Yeah, that's like really good. Okay, so I think I got the perfect draw here. Is there any bad outcomes that can happen? No, right? Yeah, there's just no bad outcomes here. Alright, that's awesome. So I tap like this because, yeah, no point in not doing that. And, yeah, Pensive Songwriter, what do? Delay Resolve. Alright. Okay, I actually have to choose which one to beckon when I cast this thing. So, yeah, let's see, which guy do I sack? So Fire True Seeker. What can Fire True Seeker get me? What's the most broken thing Fire True Seeker can get me 2 copies of? Time to look through my deck, and 3 drops, 2 Ministers. How powerful is 2 Ministers? It's great, but not what I need right now. Kyone. what does Coyote do for me? Gets back a Cursey Glance, this doesn't help. Ancestral Council is always good because it gets me 2 spells. I can fetch a Dreamsight well and something else. Same time, though, I would kind of just want to end the game quickly because if I can get something really good, then like they can't really deal with it, right? But there's actually not too many good 3-drops. So yeah, it's just thinking time. We can also sack Pensive Summer and get 2 Pronouncer Preserves. And I think that's actually just better because they don't have a good way to deal with lots of tokens on board. So yeah, I'll do that. And then that also gets me a bunch of mana, so I can like beckon Fire True Seeker and pay for Portal Fracture. 8 Layer Resolve. Okay, wonderful. So Pronouncer Preserves comes in. ETB triggers. Do you want to remove any of these guys in response? Layer Resolve. Okay, sure. So Land Aura. I stick it onto the forest, I think. Actually, it doesn't really matter what I stick it onto because I do want to stick it. I do want to stick at least one of these guys onto an island, I think. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll do this. And then a bunch of tokens. So then I guess I'll try to recast Beckon. And that fetches me 2 Rapacious Routers, which kills a Gnat, and then what? I have such an overwhelming board state, they can't deal with that. Or I can fetch 2, maybe just 2 Ministers. Like, if I get 2 Ministers, then that's just so many things that they have to deal with. So yeah, try to cast Beckon again on Fire True Seeker. And now they're going to try counter, right? Yeah, sure. And I can just get a Lush Oasis here and pay for it. But yeah, let's see. What's the most broken thing I can get here? Oh, I can actually get Kyone now, because, no. That wasn't that. Actually, no, I get Kyone, I beckon the Kyone and get two more Pronouncers, and then, what? I get a stupid amount of tokens. It's fun, but I think I want to deal with the board first, right? Yeah, 2 Rapacious Routers, kill the Gnat, just whack them in the face for a bunch. I think that's probably a good enough take. And yeah, just all to face. So yeah, that's a pretty good turn for me. Let's see what my opponent has. I guess I need to be slightly worried about Nightmares Unseen, because that makes an 8/8. And Monkey Shines, sure. I can just conjure for a Master Negotiator and steal that thing, and that'd be pretty funny too. Okay, GG, sure. That was a pretty good game 1. So looking at my opponent's deck, they're definitely bringing in Sealed Riftway, and probably all Slippery Boon Imps, because Counter Spell's really good, wrecks me. Myth Vessels might be good too. They're bringing in more answers, that's what I'm worried about. But as for me, sideboarding's quite easy. I just taken the silver bullets that aren't good and put in the silver bullets that are. And for me, in this matchup, that would be... do they run any artifacts enchantments? No, they don't. Okay. So these guys are useless. Eldraine's Rage good? Sort of. If it comes down early, but not if it comes down late. Do I want Starbane Element? No, they have too many flyers. That's not good. Confining Priest is interesting because it answers a decent number of things from them, but it dies really easily, but hopefully they're not bringing in too much removal. Let's see what's not good here. Actually, do I want more Solar Flares? Maybe. I'll board in one of them in case I want to fetch one of them off Minister. So anyway, stuff that's not good. Meteor Harbinger, sort of. I should keep it in, I think. There's actually nothing bad to board out. Yeah, interesting. Guess I just run it back then. Do I board out Wavebreaker because they have too many counter spells? Nah, yeah, I'll just run it back. So, yep, game 2. Let's see how it goes. So they're on the play, and I get a hand that has Dreamsight well in the opening hand. Okay, yeah, I'm keeping. I can easily see this going wrong, but I'm too tempted by the Dreamsight well in the opening hand. And I have Bobgorn Exorcist to discard the Summit Guardian, or really anything I want to flashback with True Seeker. Well, yeah, I can flashback the Dreamsight well with True Seeker if that ever comes down to it. I just have to be worried about Sealed Riftway, I guess. Okay, good. They're tapping out on turn 1, which is actually not that good, but, you know, it means I get to resolve my 1-drop, which actually doesn't do that much in this matchup because it doesn't have flying. Well, good. I don't have to take damage from my off-color pain check. It'll be really nice if they tap out this turn, because then I could get to resolve Dreamsight well. Unfortunately, they don't. They probably have a counter spell. Do I play Dreamsight well into the counter spell? Like, no, right? Do I just Psycho Summit Guardian? Maybe. I can also just play Pristine Dominion tapped. I think I want to keep back Seekers to prevent the Gnat from attacking, because I care about my life total more than I care about my opponents, because I win by overwhelming board state and not incremental chip. In that case, I play Mountain and Psycho Summit Guardian. Is that what I do? I think the answer is yes. That's kind of disappointing now I think about it, but yeah, I do that. And then next turn I play Dreamsight well with Pristine Dominion tapped, and then turn after that I fight True Seeker. Yeah, I got my turns planned out. And I pass my turn. Okay, end of turn they're doing stuff. Or no, they're just fetching. Alright. So if they have Unraveling up and they unravel my Dreamsight, that's not good. Anyways, I Psycho Summit Guardian and draw a land. Okay, I mean that's fine. Not a bad time to draw lands. Leyline Alpha. Not something I want to see in my hand. So what's the worst that can happen? I Dreamsight well, they counter it, and then they Sealed Riftway it. I don't think that's going to happen, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so does Dreamsight well resolve? I assume it doesn't, but you know, doesn't hurt to ask. They're tapping. Cosmic Synchro for 1, yeah. That's expected. Actually, should I be pressuring their life total? Actually, I'll give them a chance to trade, I guess. Yeah. Once I play my next land, this thing becomes a 3-3. Yeah, they just take. And I'm attacking here because there's a chance they end step, like mill themselves for a bunch and then Snap transforms. But that doesn't happen, so 1 damage is fine. I get whacked for 1, sure. They pass, so they have counter spells for Fire True Seeker, but I can just flash that thing in end of turn. And if they do nothing, then I'm pretty happy. So yeah, Rapid Summit, this guy's a 3-3. Now we actually get to race. So maybe I should have attacked earlier because like a 3-3 is kind of threatening. And yeah, pass. You tap out end of turn. If you do, I'm going to flash back Dreamsight well. If you don't, then I do eventually get to cast Leyline Alpha. Seems like they just don't have anything. Are they keeping up counter spells for the entire game? I mean, that would make sense with what they're doing right now. If you're going to keep up counter spell the entire game, I can just race you with a 3-3. So yeah, do I want more mana? I want to be able to Cosmic Synchro for a bit more, I guess. Anyways, yeah, this is a race. This is what the game's come down to. You're gonna have to tap out eventually, right? Do I play this tapped? No. I want 5 lands so that if they tap out, I get to Fire True Seeker and they can't Cosmic Synchro me. Right? Yeah, that's my plan. Yeah. Once they play something that's good to flash back with Bogwarn, I'm gonna do it so that I can block this Sculling Gnat or something. Okay, perfect timing. And playing the land there helped me because now I don't get screwed over by Cosmic Synchro. Not that they could have anyways, but yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to discard a bunch of cards, but I'm fine with that because maybe some of these cards are good cards to discard. So let's see. I don't need that many lands. I can discard some basics, I guess. Right? Do I want to discard... No, I can hard cast Leyran pretty soon, so I don't want to discard Leyran. I'll discard 2 basics, yeah. I'm also getting surprisingly close to just killing them. I guess if they find Unraveling, they can freeze my lands for a turn. Marine Falls? Sure. I think my plan here is end of turn for Twisted Masterwork because they can't answer that. Or they can, but like, not in an easy way. And you get to keep up on mana in case they have a counter spell or anything like that. I think I will play Mysterious Character untapped here. Yeah, untapped, right? Yeah, untapped. Just in case. Any hasters? No. I attack here. If I play Leyline Alpha, it's definitely going to get countered and I want that to happen. So yeah, I'm just going to straight up attack with these 2 guys. Let's see how my opponent blocks. Okay, they're finally going to use a removal. Or they're going to have to Unraveling to shrink my guys. Well, that's funny. That's good. That taps them out. So let's see. Does that let me go off with Minister? Not exactly, because they still have mana up for Portal Fracture. But now I get to Bogborn, copy Unraveling, and freeze their lands for a turn. That seems good. Do I want to do that? I think so. Then what? Next turn, what can they even do, right? Alternative play. Council, grab Selective Breeding, play Selective Breeding on Fire True Seeker. Fire True Seeker grabs Speaker of the Iris. Speaker of the Iris abounds Pensive Soundwriter, which... Okay, never mind. Pensive Soundwriter. Okay, actually, Ancestral Council, Breeding, play Breeding, Breeding into Pensive Soundwriter. Pensive Soundwriter... Oh, no. Yeah, okay, any line that... But, like, I know there's definitely an Ancestral Council Breeding line that's really good here. And it's up to me to find it. Let's see, Council, breeding this thing into another Fire True Seeker. Okay, that doesn't work either. Council, breeding into Kione. Kione, nothing to flashback. I think maybe I just go for a breeding line that gets some more things on board. Like, I'm already pretty winning. I don't need to absolutely lock my opponent out. I just need to get some guys on board so that there's absolutely no way they come back. So yeah, Council, breeding this guy into Speaker of the Iris. Speaker of the Iris abounds Bogborn Exorcist, cast Unraveling and taps out their lands for a turn. And then now I have an Overborn board presence. So that seems pretty solid. So yeah, I'll go for that. I'll do this. Ancestral Council, does it resolve? Resolves? Alright. And it's Selective Breeding, right? No better options. Because this one plays around Portal Fracture the best. Yeah, breeding this guy. Does it resolve? Actually, I need to worry about Slippery Boonyip, don't I? If they blow me out with Slippery Boonyip, then yeah, I probably deserve it. If they do that, then I play Bogborn Exorcist, exile their Unraveling, and then freeze their lands for a turn. And like, yeah, I don't see how they're getting back from that. Because like, the turn after that, I just slam Leyran Alpha and win. In that case, Bogborn should be discarding, I guess, Pensive? Well, there's thinking, so maybe it's not an obvious Slippery Boonyip. Sure. Okay, that's perfectly fine for me. So now, fetch Lush Oasis. Play Bogborn Exorcist, discarding, when you Twisted Masterwork, it's Pensive Soundwriter, right? Like, yeah, Pensive Songwriter's time is up. And yep, freeze your lands, have fun with no blue mana next turn. Then pass my turn. If they don't have another land, or a blue land, I just slam Labor and Alpha and win. Okay, that is a blue land. So, not as easy, but I'm still pretty favored. I just play Minister, actually no, there's no obvious line that wins, or is there? Either way, I attack with everything, so I just need to find 4 damage somewhere. Where can I find 4 damage? Minister, sack itself, that probably eats up a counter spell, and it's a poor factor, so they're gonna get tokens. So I need to do stuff. I need to attack pre-combat, which is not something I want to do. Okay, that's annoying. Twisted Masterwork is instant speed. Is there anything broken I can grab with Twisted Masterwork? Oh, wait, Earthbreaker Behemoth. Yeah, okay, that works. The Earthbreaker will also cost 6. What do I do if they don't do anything? Well, actually, I have 6 mana this turn, or 7 mana this turn, right? Yeah. Play out my land first. Actually, I can play Minister and sack one thing. It still gets Spoon Up though, which is annoying. Okay, so Minister Badness, attack with everything, get them down to 4. Can't get into the Bogborn Resources though, so I can't keep keeping them off counter spells. I think I just play Minister and keep up Minister because like I kept up Minister is really scary. So yeah, that's the plan I'm going with. Let's see if they block with anything. They're gonna trade, sure. Actually not the best outcome because now that gives me less Minister targets. It also means Twisted Masterwork isn't giving me lethal. I think I still, yeah, I'll play Minister, see what they have. Are they going to Portal Factor me? Okay, yeah, now they're tapped out. Now Minister gets to go off. Like I'm assuming 1 mountain. Do you have anything that they can do with a single mountain? Instant speed? No, they don't. Okay, yeah, I get to go off now. Let's see how I'm going to do this. What do I have in yard? I have 1 selected breeding. So I can sack Seeker, lurk this guy into True Seeker. True Seeker lurks into Ophidian Oracle. Doesn't do anything. What about Beckons? Okay, so actually Bogborn Exorcist. So I can Spring Renewal, and then that gives me a bunch of Minister activations, right? The Spring Renewal gets me 7 mana. So that's 3 Minister activations. I can use the why am I thinking so hard? I probably have the win here. I'm just gonna go with like the obvious place, which is sack Bogborn. They have no response because a single red, no instants at that. Spring Renewal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm out of mountains. Okay, that's funny, but yeah. Which one is it? 7, sure. So how am I gonna do this? Actually, I can play Pronouncer, and then sack Seeker, lurk the Pronouncer. Pronouncer gets Ancestral Council, which fetches me another lurk. I sack that, I get Conjure, and then I can definitely just go off at that point. So that's the play I'll go with. The Pronouncer, make a token, make a land. Do I stick on a North Forest? I'll stick on a forest. Oh, actually, I wonder if I'm gonna get the wrong colors. Like that's something I do have to slightly worry about. I assume here Seeker, lurk this into Ancestral Council, and final sack, and then that pretty much just sets off the chain, right? So sack Seeker, even fetches me a land, so yeah, basic, thank you very much. Lurk, like the Pronouncer, into, oh, they're gonna say GG, sure. If they want to concede before I have to go through a whole combo, then more power to them. But yeah, those games went surprisingly well for me. I think it's just because I drew Fire True Seekers both games, which let me play at instant speed, which meant that I could play around their counter spells really nicely. But yeah, that means I'm going to the finals, and Purple Masaki is going to be my opponent, which is quite worrying because I'm probably going to lose against them since like they have 7 tech cards against my deck. I mean, clearly they knew what I was bringing because they literally gave me the deck and I was basically shouting from rooftops I was going to run it in the GP. But yeah, we'll see what happens when that happens.